Good evening, gamers. As friend of the stream, XJ Cloud has so graciously introduced, while you were partying, I was studying the Blade. Today we're trying out Phantom Blade from the new Assassin's Creed set. Not our first foray into the set, because we did play with Cassandra and Spear of Leonidas on the previous stream in a Red Splash build. But returning back to, my comfort zone with Basic Swamp and Mr. Bones and trying out this equipment that is also a removal spell. Right now I am playing it over Batterskull in the deck because not only am I already not playing Batterskull in paper, but I think that Phantom Blade can sort of, it's definitely not a perfect comparison, but a big reason why Formal Wear is so good in paper is that it often is a removal spell after you've used like a Wisp or a Skyclave or a Recruiter or whatever. And Phantom Blade gets to kind of do that. Chat's going off while I'm trying to explain. Oh no. And on top of that, it's just, it's a removal spell that you get to cheat into play with Stoneforge if you untap with it. You get to tutor it with Stoneforge. It synergizes with Yorion, blah, 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 blah. It also does equip to a creature, gives a +1/+1 in menace. I've only played one league with this list so far. I got a 4-1 off stream earlier today, and the stats and the menace didn't really matter, but it probably will occasionally. So, would I consider Bones in paper? Yes, I definitely am considering Bones in paper because Bowmasters just isn't very good right now. There's a reason that it's not really being played much at all. And it's mostly just that it doesn't do much against Scam specifically, whereas Emperor of Bones, I think, has a much higher likelihood of doing things against Scam. Yeah, wife was slaving away in the RCQ mines. 9-ton breakers. So anyway, the only other changes, I cut the Battle of Bywater that was in my sideboard a little bit ago for a third Path to Exile, just because I have increasingly just found myself feeling like you can't play removal spells that don't kill Psychic Frog, and one mana kill things is it's just pretty good right now. So here we are. Other than that, I think that's basically the only other change from last time. So we're gonna hop into it. I mean, I think obviously like 5 mana is a lot, but I think the thing that Formal Wear does, the reason it's so good is that it's a play you can make with I did update the deck list. I did do that. Is it not showing as updated? Hello. I definitely did not forget to do it this time, unless Stream Decker is playing tricks on me. I think Stream Decker doesn't know about Assassin's Creed cards. I'm looking at the list right now, and it's just showing 79 cards, and it doesn't know about Phantom Blade. So that's fun. Anyway, let's move on. I won the die roll. I will be on the play, but my opponent is GLHFing me, so I'm probably dead. I have had more... I've had, like, so many Thoughtseize no black source hands lately in a way that, like, I never had on previous builds, even though my number of black sources is the same. I don't understand. I will try this. It's got a vial at least. I've got a Solitude I can pitch, but... I don't know, we're fighting about timing people out. I'm not getting in that fight. Alright, my opponent F6. Jax, no. I can hear you outside the door, don't. But yeah, as I was trying to say, I think like a big thing with Stoneforge is that like there's not a lot of plays that you can make that like have immediacy, except for unless you untap with it. Like you can like playing a just as an example, like playing hardcasting a Batterskull is like fine, but you're really banking on like your like that like that's not always going to be good, you know? Like, and I think like there's the fact that you can tutor up a card with Stoneforge that definitely will affect the board. Yeah, like Stoneforge for Shriekmaw, like it's not amazing, but I think it's better than the other options that we have. It's that idea is the reason why Formalware is so good, and obviously Formalware is like I think several steps above Phantom Blade. Let's not get it twisted, but anyway, that's where I'm at with it. My opponent is playing Oops. They have somehow not killed me. Their hand literally just doesn't kill me. They just kept a 7 that had no kill. Okay, sure. I mean, luckily for them, we're not in a great spot, but I'm very confused. Yeah, we might just end up dying anyway. Although, if they don't kill us here, we're now holding up like a lot of removal. We'll see. Annoying turn to not have a vial onto, but I mean... Here's my sash. Sick. Sure. I don't know why that happened, but it sure did happen. So I at least want all of these cards. I probably want White Orchid Phantoms or something like that, but let's get rid of the cards we don't want. Don't want Jite, don't want Phantom Blade. Don't really want Lauren. Don't really want Skyclaves. 1 second. Never mind. Sneeze is stuck. What else do I want to get rid of here? Emperor of Bones is probably fake because like the incidental graveyard hate doesn't matter. They're gonna be killing us on turn one. Um, so that's probably pretty cuttable because it's too low impact of a card to be casting. Which is making me wonder if I want to just bring in like White Orchid Phantoms over the rest of the Emperor Bones. I could totally see that. Just because like if they have a slow hand that needs to play lands, I know that these are Stone Rains, which is probably better than anything that Emperor of Bones is doing. Yeah, let's go with that. Can't keep this. Yeah, I'll take this. Hey Craig, how's it going? What's up? Let's keep this. I will put one of the vials on the bottom, I guess. Yeah. Top 8 was 6 or 7 scam. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course they have. They just have grief to kill me through fairy. Not expecting anything particularly surprising here, but I do just want to check it all out. They did not board into Belcher. Yeah, looks pretty normal. Yeah, emergency. It's not too close to Eternal Weekend. I swear to God, I'm gonna. It's very funny timing with people talking about how it's absurd that we don't have Eternal Weekend dates yet because, you know. I think I will ship it, yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, Mengucci started it. Other people have said it, but that's the important one. Okay. I can play a turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage. Cage is like by far I think the best turn 1 play that I can have. The only thing that would be better is Cage backed up by Fairy or Surgical. Or I guess like Fairy, if I had both Fairy and Surgical. But so far Emperor of Bones has felt pretty good to me. Almost certainly better than Bowmasters right now, which is just not a great card anymore with Scam being as popular as it is. Oh, they're just... I think I'm going to just Solitude that then. Yeah. They just spent 3 cards putting a Grief into play, so I'll just make sure that I don't die to it, because what else could they do? Yeah, I like Emperor Bones a lot so far, so that's my quick review. Yeah, it is definitely just very frustrating how long it takes for us to get news about Eternal Weekends when it's, we need to know, guys. All right, they have an Undercity Informer. Do I even need this now? I guess I should have it just in case, because, like, how am I going to die otherwise? Mm-hmm. Can I get a land? Can I get a land? Sick. Alright, game should be over. Changing the mindset of the question, without Grief Legos will be a more slow format. I think, like, there is a possibility that that's not the case. Like, it is impossible to know truly what, like, the second order effects would be of Grief getting bans. It might get faster, at least in the short term, because it is hard to play a lot of combo decks right now when the best deck in the format is taking 2 cards out of your hand at the start of the game. Importantly, I think that that's something that, like, that the format can adjust to in a way that, like, you can't really adjust to Scam as it is because it has no weaknesses. But I think there's, like, a world where, people try playing the necro decks again, or go back to Storm or things like that. And I think that, like, in the short term, that could be nice. But I think that there's a lot more room for the average deck to adjust to that when they are not dealing with the current problem of you need to dedicate, like, 80% of your deck building decisions to Scam and only Scam. Jarvis thought he ordered Necrogoyf and Jesters. Oh, Nether and Necrogoyf. Okay, I missed it. Whoops. Oops. We studied the blade. This hand is fine. It's a little clunky on the draw, but what are we going to do? I'll keep it. Windswept Teeth. Halfling. Okay, probably a Nadu deck then, if I had to guess. But we can go ahead and figure out what's over there. That's nice. Okay, it's definitely a Nadu deck, but now their hand won't do anything. Cool. Love that for me. My opponent bin to Sword to Plowshares. Hell yeah. I think that's probably right, honestly, given the circumstances, but I'm going to be happy about it anyway. Okay, they have a Stone Forge of their own. Are they going to try to Cauldron me, or are they going to get a Shuko for a future Nadu? We'll see. I'm thinking. Cauldron. Okay. So hopefully they don't have another blue card in their hands. So that I can just go ahead and Skyclave. Although if they force my Skyclave and then I just Solitude the Stoneforge, that's also pretty good. And now I know they don't have a blue card, so even better. Yeah, I think there's definitely potential for Nadu to be too good. Maybe Necro, but it seems like the Necro decks are just too inconsistent. But, like, we'll see. I'm not that worried about it. We can figure... I feel like we can figure that out later once Grief is gone. Because that's just the important thing. We gotta get the hell out of here. Another Stoneforge. Okay. Cryptic Coat. Okay. If they play Cryptic Coat, then yeah, that's fine. Keeping Cryptic Coat in their hand for Force of Will, which I think makes at least makes some sense. Where do I start here? So if I try to Wisp the Skyclave, that's pretty likely to get forced. At that point, I can maybe pitch Lauren to the Solitude to kill Stoneforge. I could also maybe pitch Stoneforge, keep Lauren for potential Shuko, but I imagine a Shuko won't be in play until we're at the point where it's already comboing with the Nadu. I'll just start with a Flicker Wisp. Okay, I'll take it. This works. Totally fine by me. Kind of tempted to attack with this Thalia. I think I would be... They have to double block, and I think I would happily trade Thalia for any of these cards. Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll go Halfling. That works for me. And then Get to Skyclave the Stoneforge. If they hardcast Cryptic Coat and they don't have another lands, they have a fielded deck to play tapped, right? Yeah. Then I could potentially lure in the Cryptic Coat. Do we have Grief Apologists in here? Hello? Get out of here. Cryptic Coat, yep. Resolves. Yeah, I think the average weekly is definitely going to have less scam because people are just in it for the fun and nobody has fun with scam. So, I mean, some people do, obviously. I'm not saying that it's illegal for people to be playing scam, but I think in general you'll have fewer people playing it in paper. Oh, it is illegal, George? Okay, got it. Oh, starting tomorrow, of course. Got it. Okay, unfortunately my opponent drew an untapped land so they can protect their Cryptic Coat from Lauren. Thankfully, we drew a land. That feels really nice. I will go ahead and attack with Wisp. Stoneforge probably for Cauldron here. Yeah, we'll go for Cauldron. Man, chat's going off tonight. Y'all gotta calm down. Got an untapped lands to cast nothing. That's interesting. I guess I can hold up four. Well, they could already hold up force with the fetch land, so I don't know what they're doing there. There's Field of Dead. Green. Blue. Did they top deck a Nadu? If they did, they don't have anything to target right now, which is fine. Yeah, okay. I'll take some damage. Do I even bother Phantom Blading this Nadu? I think I probably do. I guess, is that better? No, okay, oh right, because my Wisp can't attack, because Nadu is a 3/4 flyer for 3 for some reason. My opponent is 1 mana away from hard casting Cauldra, but that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8. But I have a Solitude to help with that. Yeah, I think we go for Phantom Blade here. It gives me the opportunity to hit my opponent for 6 down to 6. They can attack us. If they draw or hit a land off of Nadu, then they can attack us for 3, 4, 5, 10, put us to 2, but then we just have lethal back. So I think that Phantom Blade on the Nadu works out. Equip to Skyclave, kill Nadu. What do they hit? They hit Halfling. Okay, that works for me, because that does not immediately cast the Cauldra. It's also not a blue card for Force of Will. Yes, Phantom Blade is better than Nadu right now. That's for sure. In this sorry, Phantom Blade is better than Formal Wear in this specific point. So they bounce Cryptic Coat, so they have a blue card in hand for Force. But they still need to draw an untapped land right now in order to cast the Cauldron that we know is not going to be enough. They draw Ponder, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Stoneforge is fine. They get a Shuko. Doesn't bother me none. Blue, green. Okay. It's Cryptic Code again. Got it. So we can just F6 here. Because we know their whole hand. And yeah, I think the right play for them is to attack with nothing. Okay, so I kind of wanted to draw a land here to do everything, but let me see. So if I put Cauldron in and I attack with everything, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage represented. They can't block Wisp, so that's basically 8 damage on the ground. And I only need to get 3 through. They have to double block Skyclave if they did it with like Illusion Token and the Cloaked Creature. Then Stoneforge plus this on the Cauldron, then they would take a total of 1. Or they would take 1 trample, and then it would be 4 total, so they would go down to 2, basically. And that would also kill everything except for like the illusion, right? I think that's good enough. And we still have the Solitude in hand. Yeah, okay. And I think there's an option to just not attack with Skyclave, but I think when the most impactful thing that they can do is draw Shuko, or draw Nadu right now, I just want to clear as much of their board as I can. Well, I guess maybe they get a 2/2 here, so maybe that's dumb. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they block. I guess there's an opportunity to use the Solitude to get them to make a block, and or get them, since they have to double block this, I can punish it. That could be the way we do it. It's Ward 2, right? Yeah, so I can... Yeah, cool. So I can pitch... I'd probably pitch Lauren. I think I want the Recruiter. Yeah, this is all fine. Yes, that's also fine. Solitude, pitching the Lauren, kill the 3/2 cloaked creature, pay for the ward. Yeah, okay, and then they just give up. Cool. Alright, what do we want to do here? I don't want Thalia in this matchup. Lethal if we salted. No, we would be one off because they would go up to they would go up to 7 life. They would take 3 from the solid or 3 from the wisp and 3 from the cauldron because we only trample 3 damage through the illusion. Or, right? And they would go up to 7. Did I just forget to... Yeah, Stoneforge put Cauldron into play. Yeah. So these are all the cards I'm interested in. I'm not sure... I definitely don't want Thalia in my deck. I'm not sure what else. I could probably cut Sash. I'm not honestly even sure that we want Jite. Jite's like okay, but like when all of their stuff is X2s, it's like hard to spend the mana on it. It's also like very bad against Nadu specifically. And I really want to find room for basically all of these because they're playing a lot of things that I want to remove right away, and also their mana base is kind of a mess. I could cut... I'll try trimming like 1 Emperor of Bones at least while I'm figuring out what the last cut's gonna be. I think I'll actually cut a Wisp. Wisp is like kind of mid here. I'm not sure that the Lauren is even worth it, but they have Shukos. I think a density of answers for those is probably important. Interesting. Double Wasteland isn't bad. The only concern is that, like, every time I play against this deck, they go, turn 1, fetch basic forest, play Delighted Halfling, which means that your Wasteland can't keep them from casting a Nadu on turn 2. Although, importantly, in this case, if they do that, they can't do anything with the Nadu, so... I will give this a shot. I don't think... I will be surprised if this works out, but I really do want to see like how much I can exploit their mana base here. Literally every game I've played against Nadu, turn 1 Delighted Halfling. Off of Basic Forest specifically. Like, this deck has other cards in it, right? The fact that they fetched Basic Forest does make this White Orchid Phantom better. I don't even know if they have another... I guess they probably have at least one other basic, especially with Field of the Dead in their deck, but we'll see. Well, there's another basic. Oh, it's Uro. Okay, that's fine. So they can... If I waste the Tundra, they can cast... Well, I guess... They'd have to get a fetch land to cast the Uro next turn. Man, turn 3 Uro is something else. Let's see. Alright. Well, we're gonna do it. I don't think there's a reason to risk the possibility of them having more basics right now when I'm not going to use my vial with 2 counters yet anyway, so. Oh, Caracas. I'm happy to wasteland that also. Is this a Nadu? It's a Teferi, okay. Gonna bounce my vial? Well, guess what? We have swords for the mom. We have prismatic ending for the mom. Yeah, prismatic ending. Okay. Mom would have loved to attack that turn, but alas, it was not meant to be. Now we're going to figure out if they have another basic. I feel like the answer is probably no. Maybe they have a plains. I could buy them having a plains. Yeah, okay. All right, here they go. Well, let them do it because it's important that I know how they intend to actually kill me. Although I guess we already saw Field of the Dead, so maybe that's not actually important. If they're going to take this long, yeah, we're just going to go to the next game. Okay, so 3 basics makes me less excited about the White Orchid Phantoms. Although I'm not really sure I want anything else anyway. I guess I probably want a Sash at least over one of them now that I know that they have Uro in their deck. I don't think I want 2 Sashes though. Yeah, we'll run this. Well, I think they usually win either with Thoracle or with Field of the Dead. It's rarely both. And since we already saw Field of the Dead, we can just roll off of that. I will keep this hand. Given that they have 3 basics, I'm not thrilled with my White Orchid Phantoms and Path to Exiles, but they have been pretty aggressively fetching their basics so far, so, you know, maybe it won't be so bad if, like, they're going to get to a position where my White Orchid Phantom is stone raining them pretty quickly anyway. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, what else are we going to do, right? Does this deck play 400 Delighted Halflings? I swear. Okay, hey, there's another island, so hey. I do not need another plains. I'm just going to attack and hold up some Path to Exiles. Hitting a Crocscage draw there. I have done that off stream once or twice. Just like I draw a Caracas and I'm like, well, I guess I can get rid of the one I have in play. I think I did that. I think I did that exactly once. They kept the card on top. Well, I'm going to shuffle it away. I have not done it preemptively, no. So I know they have the planes. That's okay. I shuffled their deck, so whatever card they wanted on top is no longer there. And these Path to Exiles, I believe, have now been upgraded to better than Swords to Plowshares. It took a while to get there, but I believe that is the case now. I am pretty happy with that draw. Oh, got it. Got it. Remember when they surveilled something and then kept it on top? They put a card on top again, which kind of makes me want to path this, but I think that's probably greedy. Because yeah, they're just going to decline, right? Doesn't actually mean anything. There's a Misty. Is this a Nadu? It is a Nadu, so I am gonna path this then. I guess there was no reason actually to do that, because I forgot that they have a Shugo, not a Nomad, so there's actually no reason for me to do that. But I don't get punished. The Misty was played. There we go. Yeah, I had Nomads on the mind and not Shuko. That's why I pathed. It was not the right play. Just to be clear to the audience, I goofed. Okay, that's something. Let's attack first. I'll take that. I think this is a Cauldron moment. There's a possibility. Oh, no, because I have the Crocus, yeah. If they have Uro, that makes Sash a little bit more appealing. But I have the Crocus for Uro anyway, so. I think it's more likely it's going to show us another Nadu, yeah. Another fetch. You got it. What do you get from the second one? Delighted Halfling. Okay. We've seen two tropical islands, right? Because there's a part of me that wants to try to bounce the Nadu right now to force them to have another lands to actually cast it this turn. But I think that is pretty greedy. Because if I'm wrong, then they get an extra 2 draws off of the Nadu, which is pretty bad. But let me think about this for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've killed a Savannah. We've killed a Meticulous Archive. They probably have another tropical island at least. Maybe I do it anyway because it does take them off of a lot of mana, and notably, like, it's getting to the point where the fetch lands they are hitting probably aren't even making mana, which is kind of big. Let's try it. This is kind of another experiment, I'm gonna say. Yeah, another drop. Okay. So you get another 4 cards. There's a Tundra. It's a pretty good one to hit, honestly. There's a Shuko. That doesn't do anything. Prismatic Ending doesn't really do anything. Okay, cool. Oh, Cauldra. I should have bounced the Nadu with Crocus because Cauldra could actually be lethal as long as they don't draw Swords to Plowshares off of the Nadu trigger. But I think that's a low enough likelihood that I'm gonna still try it. But I should have bounced first. Of course they hit exactly Swords to Plowshares. Oh my god. Literally the one card in their deck. Obviously they have 3 copies of it, but like, come on. That was my mistake. I should have bounced first, but come on. No, this was the only game they didn't turn 1 halfling off of Forest. They did that in game 1 and 2. In game 3, I played Mom on turn 1, and that's what got Prismatic. It got Prismatic Ending on turn 1. Yeah, go ahead. They got that. Stoneforge, okay. Okay. think we are probably at the point where these, and this Tundra is also in play. Those, I'm not sure that those fetches are getting anything at this point, but we'll see. Yeah, maybe the answer was just Phantom Blade because it's the safest play anyway, but I don't know. That swords off the top was brutal. Yep. Yep, no forests or islands left. There's nomads. They get 2 more triggers. There's ponder. And another Stoneforge. I don't know if they've played a land yet. Okay, there they go. So they may have a plains left. But I don't think they do, because they don't have any more trops, and they wouldn't play... I don't think they'd be playing a second Savannah here, so... I'm not sure how we deal this last 4 points of damage, certainly, but... I should actually fetch. I should have fetched. I'll do this now while they don't have any mana up, but... Shouldn't have put myself in a situation where Stoneforge could theoretically get killed here. Crocus from hand. That's what they drew this turn too, yeah. Fair resolves. I'm going to Phantom Blade the Nadu because I don't really think anything matters. I guess it forces them to do all this at instant speed, but... I don't really think they should be bothering doing this at this point. I think they should let this resolve and go to combat, but... their life. Anyway, now that this Field of the Dead is in play is when I really wish that I could use these White Orchid Phantoms. They're not as good on the first couple of turns, although they did do a decent job of pressuring my opponent's life total, so... What are they doing? How much damage am I taking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? It's not even that much. Also looks like they boarded out Force of Will. Oh, I am dead here. Okay. Oh, there must have been a zombie somewhere else. I thought I counted only 5 zombies, but nope, we're dead. Alright, we threw that one. I don't remember when we threw it, but we definitely threw it. Oh boy, Matzel. I wonder what he's up to. I've been so many 5-landers. Oh yeah, the Path to Exile. That was the big throw. Yeah. I will keep it. We'll just start with a Surveil. Gonna very... No, I gotta bend that. I cannot draw that right now. Once Upon a Time for Cradle. Okay. Probably playing Cradle Control then. We'll see. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, let's start with the Thoughtseize. Oh boy. There's something going on here. I imagine... I feel like in this spot I'm kind of just forced to take the natural order. And then there's a question of whether I bother killing the Reclaimer or not. I think I don't and just save the swords for the Nantuko, I guess? I guess, does it even do anything? Or do I just kill the Reclaimer because the Nantuko is just going to make 1/1s I can ignore? This is 4 mana to put into play from your hand, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Reclaimer is gonna matter more than Nantuko, but we'll see. Yeah, if you kill in response to Bestow, then Nantuko will just come into play as its normal creature mode. Alright, really don't want more lands, so we'll get our next Surveil land. Hey Gabs, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, this does not look like Nadu Elves to me. Pretty sure this is... It's not that. Whatever it is. Okay, so they get to make a bunch of Dryad Arbor copies, I guess. I guess it's like, sort of like build your own Sprout Swarm or something. I don't want Mom here either. So they played Bayou, Springhearts. They have Cradle, Talon Gates, and something else. I think this is a pretty easy just Wasteland the real Dryad Arbor. And then I can just attack. I really need to stop drawing lands to get out of this, I think. I don't think this is like terrible, but they're getting creatures for free while I'm drawing nothing. And this is a green sun for something. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Green sun for Craterhoof. Yep. Cool. Out of here. Okay. Katama Priest. Grafdigger's Cage. Paths, probably. White Orchids, maybe. Let's get these Thalias out of here. Don't really think I want Sash. Lauren has more text than usual because of Nantuko, but I don't think... That doesn't feel super real to me. GTA looks even better than ever at a glance. What else do I want to get rid of? Hey, Jared. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for the 5 months. And you get 5 CMC creatures for the deck. You mean other than the ones that we are playing? What do I want to get rid of? I guess I can probably get rid of... I think I'd probably rather have White Orchid Phantoms than Wisps. Obviously they have, like, they're going to have, like, a couple forests, but also, like, they are a Reclaimer deck. Like, a lot of what they're getting, a lot of the utility they're getting is from their lands, and this is at least a cheaper play, which is why I'm kind of interested in it. Yeah, we'll try this. Yeah, this hand works. Interesting. What does that mean? Well, I'm not gonna White Orchid Phantom that's for sure. Is it like gonna cradle into Dryad Arbor maybe so that they can make a mana? Yeah, okay. Let's see what we get off Shadowy Backstreet here. Okay, I want that. I'm tempted to Swords both. I think I do. Yeah. Play land, swords this, and I can pass, and then we'll see if I want to use this White Orchid Phantom or if I'm holding it for a bit, but Mortuary, okay. If I kill this, I'm just turning it into a forest. But they are also keeping a card on top of their deck, so at least that's gonna be a cost. I don't think I want to surveil again yet because I don't know what I want. And I think I know what I'm doing next turn. I'm not going to use that yet because I feel like they're probably going to have a second forest, so that's just going to be upgrading their lands. I think. I guess let me start with the attack, and then I'm either recruiting a Stoneforge Mystic or a removal spell. Although if I get a Stoneforge, that could, in a sense, be a removal spell because I could just get. I already have the Phantom Blade, and I could also get a Jite. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Recruiter for Jite. Or Recruiter for Stoneforge, Stoneforge for Jite. And I'll probably surveil here because I really want to hit my fourth land drop. Just Nantuko pass? Yeah, deal. No, I don't want that. I'm going to take up to 5. I do have to be a little mindful of Force of Vigor here. This would be a pretty good Force of Vigor turn for them. But I don't think that we can really ignore how good this would be. Is there any reason to Stoneforge it in overcasting? I think the answer is no. I think I'd rather attack with the Stoneforge. Okay. Yep. Snuff Out was another card I was thinking about, which is why I put the Jite on the White Orchid. I would rather that be killed rather over the Stoneforge because I have Phantom Blade in my hands. If I draw a land next turn, I can put Yorin in my hand, Stoneforge in the Phantom Blade, Vial and Yorion, reset everything. It's going to be pretty good. Obviously, maybe they'll just kill me with this Gaia's Cradle now that they're making a bunch of 1/1s, but we'll see. Green Sun for 2. That's probably going to be Collector Oof then? No, it's white of the Reliquary. Okay. This is Atraxa? It is Atraxa. I can deal with an Atraxa. There's another forest, as we expected. So I would really like to draw... So they keep Natural Order, Elvish Reclaimer, Verdant Catacombs, Nantuko. Okay, let me get this right. Natural Order, Springheart, Nantuko, Verdant. Okay, there we go. So those are the 4 cards they kept. So hopefully we draw land here. Yes. All right. We are gaming. I guess in this specific situation, I kind of wish that I had my White Orchid in play instead of the stone. Or no, I guess no, that's a lie, because then I couldn't have had the... Okay, that's fine. So I know every other card in their hands? Yeah, okay. Because if the Stoneforge wasn't in play, then the Phantom Blade would not be in play, so never mind. Okay, so they can cast a Natural Order here. Phantom Blade will go on the Stoneforge, killing the white of the Reliquary. I'm going to use the Stoneforge ability to not get a sash. Oh, right, I'm not recruiting anything anyway, so never mind. Okay, so this Verdant Catacombs might actually end up killing us. We'll see. I think they're not doing that because they're just killing us. Because they're just going to Crater Hoof us. Yeah. Given that we were probably just dead on board in this, I'm trying to figure out if there was any other play we could make, but I think the answer is probably no. I think the only different thing we could have done was if we had specifically drawn Caracas to bounce the Atraxa, then I think that maybe gave us the opportunity to use Jite instead. Dantuko does notably make this deck a lot better at actually using Cradle against decks that have removal, which is always the thing that felt kind of weird to me playing against Cradle, is that like if you just like 1-for-1 a lot of their creatures, they just kind of make a lot of mana and don't do anything. Or I should say, they don't even make a lot of mana because they don't make much mana outside of having a bunch of creatures in play with Cradle, which they just didn't really do against decks full of removal. Phantom Blade, what did Phantom Blade do? Phantom Blade, it's been fine. I don't think there's been like any crazy moments for it so far. The combo isn't the combo is just big creatures, or just a bunch of creatures making a bunch of mana with a Gaia's Cradle and then getting a Crater Hoof into play. It's the same thing Elves has always done. They're just getting at it a different way. Hi, Jax. Yeah, sorry. Literally no, nothing has Assassin's Creed cards because nobody knows that this set exists. I can't keep a one-lander. This hand's much better. Put the Cauldron on the bottom. Gonna assume that my opponent is doing something gross and cast a Thoughtseize on turn 1. Okay, it is... Huh. It's a weird Delver draw. Tony, hello! Thank you, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. You're playing in the showcase, right? So they can't cast the DRC. The only thing they can do next turn is play Delver. I don't really care about this Underground Sea. The Psychic Frog might matter eventually, but they need to find another lands. And I can set up before then. I also will probably have time to just Thoughtseize the Frog next turn too. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Delver. 6 Reef Gamble, nice, nice. Sure is a long day for you, so hope you have a good rest. Wow, of course. Oh. I mean, the fact that they drew another Delver certainly makes me happy that I took the first. I'm just trying to figure out this turn if I'm supposed to Thoughtseize play Mom, or if I'm supposed to just Stoneforge. I'm think I'm supposed to Thoughtseize Mom. Don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. Yes! It's your Wasteland attack. I dare you, attack. Yes! So happy to take that trade. Oh. I mean, I don't normally Wasteland Delver like this, but yeah, Force Pitch Force. You got it. And now D&T. Oh, you also need Fallout cards? You know, I'm glad literally anybody else also needs them. That helps a lot, honestly. Jax, are you okay? Hello? I think I'm gonna start by exiling their Psychic Frog, I think. I guess I'm either taking Frog or Mom. And then next turn, if I draw a land, I'm probably bringing back Stoneforge. But if I don't, I'm bringing back Frog. But I think I can take Mom now and then make that the decision between Frog or Stoneforge next turn. Although maybe I should take Frog. I guess a card out of their graveyard is probably valuable enough in case they do like have like drawn a bolt and need a red source or whatever. Hell yeah. Alright. Stoneforge time. Let me actually fetch right now. Let's get the Stoneforge in here. I'm just going to Cauldron them. God, this is so sick. Did they find a borrower? They sure did. Mm-hmm. Get another land out of there, I guess. Put you to 1. No, you don't. The cards exiled are tracked on the specific instance of Emperor of Bones, not just. There's no. I'm gonna say it. There's not a bone zone that you can get your creatures from. If my opponent has day is good for them, I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, okay. Hell yeah. Alright. Delver notably eats dirt to like all these cards. We get to take out the Lauren, the Thalias, and the Cauldra, and I've honestly been okay cutting Thoughtseize with all of these. I guess I've played exactly like once or only like once or twice against Grixis Delver. But I think the easy way to look at it is that I would rather have Paths over Thoughtseize, certainly. It's a fine card, but I think like the just being able to draw removal spells to stuff on board is just really good. I think there's an argument maybe for like, because all of their creatures are like pretty big, especially with Frog now in the picture, you can't really kill a Frog with Jite, so I think there's an argument for maybe playing the third Thoughtseize over the Jite. which I will do. Especially because I'm on the draw, so it's going to be harder to have the mana to get GTA Online. Oof. Not this one. This is better. I think I put the Witch Enchanter on the bottom. Yeah. Oh, me after dark? What's up? I think I'm going to start with a Thoughtseize here. Yeah. I think I would rather Thoughtseize to clear the path. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just going to take a DRC here, and then I can path the Delver next turn. If it even flips. Delver's like never flip anymore. Like I said, if it flips. Yeah, whatever. I was a little surprised to see them like not draw a spell, but also not shuffle. But whatever, I'll still just let them attack me for one. I was just thinking about maybe if I path to maybe get a shuffle out of them, but I guess they probably don't have any spells in their deck anyway. So. I think I am. I'm gonna start. I'll play Wasteland here. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath either, but it would be nice. I agree. There's a bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and path. Alright, they shuffled, so they did not draw a bolt. Or they searched, I should say. Frog. Okay. How about this? Cool. I will go ahead and Stoneforge here. What am I Stoneforging for? I think that's kind of funny. I don't think I want to get Sash here, just because of how little white mana I have. But I'm not super intrigued by Phantom Blade in this situation either. But I guess, you know, going long, like this game's not going to end soon, which means that there's a good chance I'm just going to be able to cast this Phantom Blade and kill something. So. Omnom94, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I was about to ask if you're okay, Jared. Is that a cat, or are you dead? Lederhosen, thank you for the follow as well. Hello, hello. Is this a... It's a bolt. Bolt on Stoneforge, you got it. Oh, another Millennium player. Hell yeah. You don't have to tell me... You don't have to tell all of chat who you are, but, DM me your name if you want. Yeah, or Kitty. Either one of us. I'm not doxing anybody. They played the Wasteland, right? Or they played Wasteland and Flooded Strand. So we're down to one card left in their hand that I don't know about. So that's fine. I am going to... I can either play... I can play Scrubland to cast Recruiter through Days, or I could Shadowy Backstreet now to guarantee I could cast Phantom Blade next turn. But I think that I like playing around Days right now, because I can just get... I'm pretty happy to just get a Skyclave for the Delver. I could also get a White Orchid Phantom for the Delver. I think that's less good, though. I don't want my removal spell to not work against Lightning Bolt. If they had only... If I could potentially cut them off of a color, I might do that, but... Don't worry. We're not always like this. I promise. Is this a Morktide? No, it's not. Cool. Now that's a nice draw too. Alright, let's Skyclave. Yeah, Grief really does do that. I am not going to attack. I'm just going to play Shadowy Backstreet. I'll probably keep a land. Do I want to Sash? I actually don't think I mind Sash here. Most of their scary stuff at this point involves the graveyard, and I can cast Sash and eat at least 2 permanents next turn. Yeah, I think that's good enough. They tapped blue and then untapped. So if they have a Murktide, I have the Wisp or the Phantom Blade. I'll probably start with the Wisp, though. I swear, these Delver players, always with the counterbalances. I will attack with Skyclave Apparition. Cool. Yeah, Mishra's Bauble. That makes a lot of sense. I am... I'm just going to eat the 2 spells that are in their yard now. So that if they do have a Murktide, it's still just an embarrassing 3/3. Are you whispering? Alright, I'll check it out. Let me load them up. Oh, hey, what's up? Your name? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Magic Hate Ball 1, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I'll go ahead and attack with these. Did they? I wasn't paying attention. They fetch. Yeah, they fetched before they drew, so they don't have a bauble in their hands. No blocks. Yeah, sure. Brazen Borrower getting in the red zone. All right. I like to draw a land so I can just cast this Phantom Blade without thinking about days. That would be nice. But if I have to cast this Wisp, that's fine too. Nice. Yeah, they don't have a Wasteland in play, so I don't have to worry about playing around that. Alright, Phantom Blade, here we go. Lightning Bolt. I want to attach it to Skyclave, and I'll kill the Borrower. And now I know not to cast my Mother of Runes, so I will just not. It's my favorite part about Counterbalance is that like it both rarely counters spells and also just reveals every one of my opponent's draw steps. Okay, here's a Murktide. This is going to be a 5/5. Yeah, this Wisp going crazy. I will keep that on top as a backup plan. They choose not to use Counterbalance. I love that for them. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Nice. If they bolt in response to the attach as a fizzle. No, because it's two separate targets. For an ability like that to fizzle, you have to get rid of all of the targets. Yeah, you're not the only one who's found us here too. I can think of it maybe two other people that it's happened totally organically. One for sure. but I think there's been at least one other person. But it's cool. It's cool that it happens, you know, especially because it's like always people from like a decade ago who are like you that I have not seen in a long time. Could we play against Scam next? I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Magic the Gathering Online wants for us. We're playing against Freak Nightmare, so maybe it's Scam. I don't know. I'm just, you know, joking about the name. This hand is. Oh, they're a big fan. Never mind. Their name is totally fine. Your babysitter from when you were 8 and living in California found you on the D&T Discord? What the hell? That's insane. That's unreal. Yeah, playing for the one chest and one QP. We're gonna get there. Yeah, this person's a viewer. They're gonna pop in after the match. Excuse me? There we go. Okay, let's Thoughtseize. They also mold 2/6. Let's see what's going on over there. Oh, that's what's going on. Got it. They say not to judge them. They're new to this. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll be alright. With Nomads and Shuko, I guess I probably take one and then Skyclave the other, is what I'm supposed to do. I'll take the Nomad. Nomads is better for comboing, but I have more removal spells for Nomads. It's actually kind of interesting. The other argument is just take Ponder, but I don't think that's real. I think that I am going to take Shuko. Yeah, I'm going to take Shuko. There's Nomad skip. Okay. I really hope that I draw a land next turn. I'm going to start with Sash. Because if I don't draw a land, then at least having the Sash in play means that I'm safe from just getting, like, killed by a top deck Cephalid Illusionist. Not this turn. I'm dead to Cephalid this turn, but at least next turn. Flooded Strand. I don't like that they're playing Flooded Strand over Urza Saga. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we will be seeing what's in their deck. This has been my luck against breakfast lately. It's just, if something can go bad, it 1000% happens. I don't know who won it, but yeah, it was Scam. The top 8 was 6 Scam, 1 Turbo Forge, 1 something else. But yeah, it was everything in the semis up was Scam. Post, that's what it was. Okay. Looks like pretty normal breakfast. No Nadus from at least so far. Oh no, there are Nadus. Never mind. There we go. 2 Nadus so far. 3 Nadus. Okay. Alright. We have seen their deck, so I can go ahead and concede. Just making sure you have 3 Nadus, 2 Teferis. Are there any orange chance? No chance, but they have 3 cards in hand, so they could have a chant there. Okay. So I'm bringing in at least fairies and paths, potentially a sash, maybe a Containment Priest. I'm going to cut the Thalias at the very least. I don't really love Wisp in this matchup. I'm not sure if Emperor of Bones is actually good here. It can be, but Emperor's probably still better than Wisp. And then I think once we get to this point, we want to make sure that we actually want all of these cards. Containment Priest is probably the one that we want the least. I could see just cutting that. Because it's definitely the worst way to deal with Dread Return. I think most breakfast lists I've seen are on 3 to 4. I don't know if I haven't really seen a pattern yet, just because I haven't had enough data, but I think this looks good enough. Yeah, we'll go with this. Yeah, I was on 2 Witch Enchanters in my first iteration of Black-White. That was bringing me up to like 34 lands, so I've been like 1 higher than I really need to be. And with more cards, I wanted to try out like, trying the Emperor of Bones. I wanted to get back up to the 4th Mom, have the Phantom Blade too, so I just cut the 33rd land. Or cut the 34th land. This hand is bad. We cannot keep this. This hand's this hand's really good, actually. I don't think... I mean, I think Phantom to fight over... If I had enough bad cards to board out, I would consider bringing in Phantom to fight over Saga, but as is, like, I'm struggling to find room for the cards I'm more confident in, so... No, I don't think you can afford to have Surgical when, the Nadu is, Nadu forces the action on your removal spells in a way that, like, you can't afford to just, like, only have graveyard interaction. That's my, that's my first feeling on it at the very least. I'm going to keep this. I'm either putting back Recruiter or Plains. I'm on the play, so casting this Recruiter might be a little rough, but I think that I would rather just have as much action as possible and draw into lands later. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this brainstorm. Or do I just get rid of the Nadu? No, I'm probably just supposed to get rid of the Nadu, huh? Yeah. If you put back land, the never draw land 3 after you put a land on bottom, fairy will curse you. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Unfortunately, I can't like do anything cool with this Nadu, but I am sure gonna exile it. I can attack for 3, I guess. Bin brainstorm, okay. Excuse me. Okay. So if I bring back this Nadu, they might try to Brazen Borrower it, at which point I can path the Nadu, get a Nadu trigger, and get a land, which feels like it's probably way more cute than it is good, but oh my god, is it sick. If they have a counter spell, it's awful. God, it would be so sick though. But yeah, I don't think that we can really afford to do that as much as I want to. I'll just exile lands. I don't know, it doesn't really matter from this point. I'm just going to go ahead and recruit here for... What do I recruit for, actually? I guess we'll see if it resolves first. So I could see getting a Stone Forge here. I could see getting a Solitude so that we have protection while we're tapped out. I could see getting Fairy Macabre for protection while we're tapped out. I think I'll get Fairy. Says Borrower on the bones. No, Nadu's exiled forever. It'll never come into play. It's probably a Brainstorm here if I had to guess. Yeah. Excuse me. Goodness. There's flooded strands. I don't know anything anymore. Land feels good here. I'm just gonna attack and then I guess I'm probably playing Mr. Bones here. I guess I technically missed an exile trigger, but it does not matter against it does not matter against breakfast when there's no creatures to get. Should run a Fairy Depression there. Let me tell you, I did bring back Fairy Macabre with pre-war formal wear once, and it was sick. Nadu. Nothing, huh? So this would be Nadu number 2 that I'm killing. Do I wait until I see what I draw? What would I draw that would change what I'm doing, I guess? Is there any real punish for waiting? I think I'm supposed to just wait. Cool. Obviously, I could wait until they have something that will trigger Nadu, but I think the longer I wait, the more likely it is that they find a Force of Will or something that just makes that all feel terrible. This is a good opportunity to put Yorion in my hand, though, so we'll go ahead and do that. Hey, 019, hello, hello. Simply get a formal wear and do that this game. You know, so true. It's honestly embarrassing that I haven't done that already. Swords on my recruiter, no. This Nadu, okay. I guess I have to... Yeah, I have to pass the Nomads right now. Otherwise they get 4 cards. This is the last Nadu. I guess I'll just go ahead and attack. Threatens the pump so they can't block. And then I think I just play Yorion for the clock. I'm not holding up mana for anything at this point, so I'll just do this, cross my fingers that they don't have anything. Gross. This was way too many Nadus. I'm not afraid to say it. They've drawn 2 Narcomoebas, which is not very good for them. But obviously they can just cast them and then draw a bunch more cards, so... yeah. Yeah, we can pack it in. We're dead. Alright, well, we got the 50 points back. Gross. Nadu is... The card's messed up. I would not be surprised if it ends up being, like, a huge problem once Grief is banned. But again, to be clear, let's at least ban Grief, and then we can figure it out from there. What did I play? Oh, right. I played against... I lost to Cradle. I lost to Breakfast. I lost to... What was this again? I've already forgotten. Oh, right. Yeah, it was Breakfast twice, right? No, not Breakfast. It was normal Nadu. It was field Nadu. That's what it was. Yeah, Nadu something else. Definitely an argument. You know, we're gonna be. I guess we're at the end. We're at the end of the stream. Quickly plug. XJ Cloud and I on my stream. At this stream here, this upcoming Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll pop in a quick exclamation point noodle for some details. We're going to be doing the state of the noodle stream for this year, or at least this season. We will probably end up doing a new one after any potential banned and restricted announcements. And it's basically going to be us just talking about, all the new cards for D&T, how they felt for us, the various different builds we see of D&T and what we think their strengths and weaknesses are. Basically all of that. If you want to check it out, again, it'll be on this stream here, twitch.tv/Akaleth at 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, July 9th. If we get an emergency banned and restricted announcement tomorrow, we might change our plans. We'll see. But if it happens, then we'll figure it out. We'll come up with a new plan. But yes, if you're interested in that, please check it out. If you aren't able to make it, I will upload it to my YouTube like I do for all my other streams. So if you aren't able to make it live, don't worry, you will be able to see it still. But yes, we'll be doing that. What else? Your uncle's president of Hasbro. Oh, nice. All right, I'll message you. We'll figure out a new date for it. But yeah, I think that's all I got. If you are new to the stream, I stream. Let me go to my outro screen real quick. This is all the places you can find me on the internet. I stream every Thursday and Sunday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Always playing some form of Death and Taxes, one way or another. And if you missed any of this, again, it'll be up on YouTube. And I think that's my whole spiel. Thank you everybody for popping by. Thank you again to Tony for the raid earlier tonight. That was awesome. And I'm gonna sign off. I will see you all next time.